So I've just waved you off for a week of work. Unbeknown to yourself, I've got a big project ahead. Going to be doing something for your birthday this week, and hopefully I'm going to produce a few videos just to capture everything as I go along. So I'm quite excited. Okay, so I'll go through the equipment in a minute. Sand and cement, and then all the stone, which I've been more than impressed with. Some breeze blocks. So all of the stone was for free off Facebook Marketplace. I spent about 3 hours looking and picked it up the next day. A lot of it was covered in tar, so I had to remove all of that and then jet wash all the stone to make it easy to use. So here's the pond prior to starting. So the plan is to have a waterfall blade and a stone wall supported by breeze block at the back, sand and cement. There was already an existing pressure filter there. I've gone for a bigger one for the volume of the pond. It's not heavily stocked with fish. It takes about 14,000 litres or something like that. There's the pressure filter, 20,000 all pond solutions pressure filter there. Got a 25 watt Evo UV Clarifier, and an OA's joint there so that I can control the flow on the waterfall blade. That's the waterfall blade ready to go. When we first moved into the house, the pond was level with the ground. It was sort of more natural looking, but you wouldn't have believed there was fish in there. In the last 2 years over COVID, we've rebuilt the pond and built out the walls with gabions, stone. It's probably about, in the deepest part, 1 metre or so in depth. And we've probably got about 4 or 5 fish in there at the moment. The water quality isn't the best, but hopefully when I finish this project, all the water will be clear, and we could potentially stock a few more fish in there. Just thought I'd throw something in here to say that I'm very aware of health and safety. I've got my weightlifting belt on just to protect my lower back with carrying heavy objects. I've also got my toe protectors on. These are issued to be able to be worn in the office. I know they're very nice and all, but they do a good job of keeping me protected, keep my toes nice and safe. So I've just cut the edge of the liner back, you sort of see it there. Very nearly fell in the pond as I was cutting it back. There was an absolute tarantula underneath. Thankfully I managed to keep it together and I can continue with the work. So I've now exposed all of the brickwork. As you can see there, it's a lot better than I realised, so I'm probably not going to need to do a concrete base. It's all solid, there's wall underneath, and this has been finished with cobbles, so it's rock hard. So it'll be nice and easy for me to just build off the top of that, bit of sand and cement, and of course a breeze block to follow. So another update now. I've had to add a tarp. The weather's closing in, and the forecast isn't great for the next few days, so I've put that up. I've now put the pump in, and I'm just going to get rid of some of the water, not all of it, because I want to keep some of the beneficial bacteria, but I'm going to probably take out that half and just fill it with fresh cold water, just to give it a bit of a head start on the cleaning really. That's a 10,000 litre now pump, that's coming out pretty quick. Right guys, so it's day 3 today. Made some fabulous progress on the stonework on the waterfall blade feature yesterday. Did the first 2 tiers, both the breeze block and the stone, and that's gone off nicely overnight. So today, with the weather turning, I've turned more towards the system itself. In the last hour or so, I've measured and cut all the different pieces of hose to go to the different parts of the system. Previously, I already ensured that it was watertight, the joint between the water blade and the pipe work, with some sealant there. I've been able to after positioning the pressure filter, take it off the top so that I've got access inside to the different in and outlets. And I've also been able to do the same this morning, positioning the UV filter on the wall and then bringing it back inside so I can put some of the joints on inside. So to ensure I'm getting a watertight seal, I'll use some PTFE on the joints. Then I've got a series of O-rings that will be going on each joint onto the hose. And a top tip is to use boiling water when you're putting them on. So hopefully, fingers crossed, the system will soon be installed. Doing my first assembly of the system now, wet test, not seeing any leaks. The blade's just situated in position, it's not fixed down yet, but it's pretty square. All the pipe work is in place. Good morning, it is Thursday today and I'm very, very relieved to say the stonework is complete. Very happy with the final look, but there is quite a bit of pointing to do at the top tier, and the only way I can really see me doing that justice is to get in the pond. So that's my next job. I'm going to get my underpants and point her up, so stay tuned. So I've just finished the project. I've taken down the tarp, cleaned all the equipment and the blade itself. The final tier went off really well. We added the net yesterday, managed to remove the rocks, just looked in different places. That looks a bit tidier. And yeah, really pleased with the finish. Just go around to the equipment. So I had a bit of a cloth down and a hoover this morning, but it's all looking good now. Absolutely no leaks. And that's it. This is Jack from Crystal Clear Aquatics. See you in the next one.